Good morning, everyone. I think everybody listen to me,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know if you are looking the same screen at like me, because on the back I'm seeing en français some document from Jean Noel. So I'm going.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So I'm going to share the screen with a presentation. So let me do it, and if there is any problem, please tell me. Everybody's looking at
No,
no,
No, we can see it, Juan Antonio.
no.
I,
We
I
can see
think
and
nothing.
you can see me. Can you see me?
yes, we can see you.
No, I cannot.
Let me. Yeah. Now it's okay. Now it's okay.
No, I think I'm. What I see is the screen of Jean Noel. Could be.
Yeah, maybe Jan will have to turn it off, and then the my
Okay.
presentation will appear.
Okay, I'll try.
Okay.
Still, but
And now?
No.
no,
No,
It's
no.
still.
This is maybe because this is sharing the screen, so maybe I have to put out this.
Yes.
Let me try. Okay. Compartir pantalla. Yeah. And now.
yeah, okay.
Yes.
Now.
Okay,
Yeah.
now.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's okay.
Thank you. So it's a technical problem.
Okay. Should
Check
we
it.
wait? Should we wait for Jean Noel that is not in the meeting right now?
Yeah, I'm in meeting, but
Oh,
I
okay.
put the video.
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, and you can see it's obviously the fourth steering committee. So it's online. Sorry, because of there is some changing of the date. So I think it's better today. So it's a Friday, and you know me pretty well, so it's all my feature here. And now it's a small index, a summary of what I'm going to deal this morning. So a lot of things we are going to debate at the end. So yes, I just talk for a while. Okay. So just a brief reminder of what is a steering committee role. You know, because it's the third one, and because of this challenging situation, the most important thing is to decide when we reschedule for the next one. So at the beginning, it was supposed to be in Montpellier in France. So because of this COVID-19, we think it's better to reschedule in this steering committee into a meeting. The first one is today, and the second one, Mercedes proposed this. I don't know if can you see the point? Yeah, it's 7th of May. So
Yes,
7th of May,
yes.
just for dealing with action plans. It's a monothematic action plans steering committee. I think we think this is a good idea because most of you we are heading to the action plan. So
You cannot go out.
so yes, it's good to be here. It's good to be there. So there is no way of escaping. The next one, well, please remember there's a schedule. All the schedule have to be defined before any submission of the John Progress report. So this is an internal thing anyway. The report. This is another reminder. You know it pretty well. It's the timeline of what we are doing now. We are on phase 1, 30 months. It's the reporting period is 6 months, and then from December to May, and the deadline is the 1st of September. Anyway, because of we don't receive our reports until your first level controller is have done their job. So it's very important. If send us the best option is sharing in Dropbox or by mail. Please send us on July as a deadline. What is your report? Because it's very important for us. Because until the joint, until the first level controller has finished all the monitoring, all this work, we can't share the report. So it's impossible to us to start our work about this report. So I'm pleased you have to be catch up a financial semester, any commitment, just in case, avoiding any delay. It's very important.
Juan Antonio?
Yes.
Yes. In our case, we are obliged to present in maximum 2 months after the deadline of the semester the report to the EOLF. In other case, that will be not
You're talking,
yes.
You're talking about as a partner,
yes, as partners, yes.
As partner, because it's different because you are the technical one.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
And you can see the name of this part is roadmap versus the new roadmap. So you can see the semester 2 it was island governance. Then we have very good memories from Ireland and Poland. And then it was, as Cristina said, it was supposed to be in Montpellier promoting, but everything is postponed because of the coronavirus. So this is the main one of the main points to discuss later about what we are going to do, right? So as Cristina mentioned earlier, there are two ways. So it's all dependent on talking about study visits. The study visits are depending on the current situation in this time. There are two ways. One is on online, face to face, not a face to face. There's a mistake. It's face to face or in person. So there are different situations, and maybe some of the study visit could be online. And if you are, hopefully, if we are lucky enough, will be on face to face and in person. Okay. And all the problems about the good practices and best practices transfer, all this contact, it's happened the same. Okay. As well, there is a template that Mercedes supplied, and this is the point that we have to follow to this this study visit. Okay, that's an important aspect. And then okay, I'm trying to do it as quick as possible. That's because it's if not, this is a long journey, and you are plenty of commitment as well, I think. So we are now on semester 4, talking about peer review, and this is a reminder of what you have to do. And please take in mind. In fact, it was planning earlier. This is online meeting. So this bad situation, this confinement and lockdown, help us to do it our job better. Online meetings, so we are in an online meeting world. So I think it's not bad to start this way of meeting a little bit earlier. So this is the main issue here is as the role of a host and the role of the important sporting partner. So just it's the same like I said earlier. It's all depend the situation of every country. Some of them could be presented online, and some of them have to work on in person. Okay. This meeting it was also mentioned by Christina earlier, and we will discuss later on. It's about what the participate workshop in Hungary. Our suggestion as a lead partner is yes. Any problem? Can you listen? Can you listen to me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And because I'm following the presentation, I can see you, all of you. So it's a bit confusing for me because I can see even my own image. So the original schedule was in October, but if everything is okay, the best forecast will be rescheduled on November. And later on, Judith, please tell us if it's possible, and we suggest online. But if in that time everybody we are able to have a flight, I think we think it's a good way of get back to the normal situation. Okay. And again, it's a short reminder of all the main goals, presenting each other partner action plan. Is connected with all the work Mercedes had done, and is a common structure what is going to be analyzed as an action plan. And also it's very important the risk assessment. Because of could be any question and any trouble in the development of the action plan, the regional action plan. So this is the document and the moment to try to avoid any problem at the end of the day for the action plan. So we are now again just a few tips about study visits. So the main outputs again is please file everything like we are doing now. We are recording this session, and also at the end we will take a picture. And this is what you have to do in every meeting and internal meeting. Also, we will discuss at the end of the meeting too. An internal meeting and a study visit with your stakeholders have to be record and file. So if it's in person, face-to-face, the minutes is very important. Don't forget it. And online, just print screen and try to get something like this, or just to remember. We are on interregional programs, so it's very important what we are delivering. So, and on the study visit, it's also very important to fill out all the template that supplied Mercedes prior to the study visit. And also, if it's possible, the visit agenda, try to follow as it was originally planned in the application form. So the aim of the Joint Secretariat is to follow the everything like it's in paper, like it's in the application form and is in the grant agreement. So we are going to try to stick to it. Obviously, some of the dates and some of the action have to be changed because of the challenging situation. But the Joint Secretariat is really understand this situation, and every time if everything is really justified, there's no problem. And also, as always, if you have any question, please just tell us, because of we are the main lead partner. We are the main speaker to the Joint Secretariat. So hopefully in the future, if it's feasible and we are allowed to travel, the visiting all the visiting staff or your stakeholder. This is also a reminder how many people you can bring together with you in traveling, and it's very important to remember at least one good of best practices could be transferred. So please bear in mind that is very important. And also remember that repairs have been delivered at the end of the import, at the end of the process of the exports and importing best practice. So here you can see all the main features you have to follow in this report. And this is another section, and you can see earlier on the summary, the outcomes and guidelines for the progress report. Okay. The Joint Secretariat always give us question. We have to, it's like a process that is 2 or 3 times. We are answering all the question, and we have a very valuable outcome. So, and this is the main point that the Joint Secretariat want to follow in the next. We are all following to improve our progress report. In section 1, the main outputs is I think yes, is if there is any back-to-back events. Imagine as, for instance, the Joint Secretariat, they say this when an event is happening in several days, consecutive days, so it's only counted as only one event. So that, please keep in mind this. And also the event participation is quite important. Please give us all the information about what does really improve the policy instrument you are going to address. This is in any event participation, because we are on a point in the project that we are heading to the policy instrument influence and change. So the participation in one event have to be very clear. The connection between the project objective and the improving on a policy instrument. So if you participate in an event, depending of the situation or traveling, please bear in mind that. And the most important section for the Joint Secretariat, we think, is results. And also the same idea should be a clear connection among and between the lesson learned in a good practices and the lesson learned within all the process. The process is the workshop, study visit, and then a clear connection between the policy development that is in your application form. So how our way is in progress, how is in influence, and what is and if there is any change and in the policy instrument, and also even if there is a new policy instrument that is because of our ways, and the result of that have to be very, very clear. Okay. And you can say the most important thing is to choose what is the good practice identified for all the other regions in order to the possible measure foreseen in the action plan. And this is something that Mercedes will the next steering committee, Mercedes will give a lot of information about it. So it's, I think, just a quick reminder of that. And this is the key issues. The information about the Joint Secretariat is very, very interesting about what is the policy development at a regional level, thanks to our way. A good example of that is the Anthony, the Poland, the Anthony team work in progress, because you have a good example of REIS policy instrument, and this policy instrument was foreseen in your application form in the grant agreement. So. Is the Joint Secretariat really keen on explain what kind of changes you have in your policy instrument because of our ways, and what is the current situation, and how will affect in the future, affect in the sense of not as an aftermath, in a good sense. So how there is an interregional effect outputs because of that. Okay, and this is that's all for my presentation. Please remember what I said before. It's a lead partner principle. Any question you have, please address to us. And as usual, it's available the Dropbox, and it's open. Email, and I think Skype is also a good mean to have all the meeting you want to hold with us. And so that's all for me from now, and thank you. And now I have to back to normal. Let me see. Oh, I'm still sharing the presentation.
No.
Okay. So I give the floor to Carlos. He's going to present all the communication stuff. So Carlos, is your time.
Okay.
Juan Antonio, please.
Yes.
Can we fix, if all the people agree, the next meeting for 7th May, if someone and
Okay.
not available.
Yes, yes. Okay,
Is
wonderful.
Is that okay for you, 7th May?
Okay.
So
Okay.
we actually are planning to have a online stakeholder meeting on the 7th of May. It's the one day that doesn't suit us, but it's at
But
10.
what time, Anthony? Sorry.
Patrick,
Yes.
yeah, it's at 10 a.m. Irish time, which I think is 11 Spanish time.
Yes.
So unless you wanted to do it maybe at is it the only date that suits everyone, the 7th of May?
I didn't understood. Sorry, Patrick. You have the meeting 7th May at 11 Central Europe time.
Yeah.
The proposal for our week will be 7th May at 10 o'clock, but the meeting I propose to have 1 hour and a half, because otherwise that will be not possible to go. Can you delay half an hour your meeting, Patrick?
No, well, it's just not really, no, because we've already invited over 30 people to it, so it'd be very difficult for me to go and change the time. It's it's the only date really that week that I can't. You know, is it possible to do the meeting in the afternoon? No.
Okay, we'll see. I don't know, because
for us, I think no problem if the meeting is in the afternoon.
Okay.
For me, it's okay also in the afternoon. What time for you?
For us, it's also okay.
It's okay?
Yes.
Murcia team?
Yes, okay.
It's okay. And Jean-Noël, l'après-midi?
No problem.
No problem. What time? What time? At 3:30 or?
We could say 2 Central European time. Is that okay? And that's lunchtime our time, but because Bulgaria, that'll be 3 p.m. Is that correct?
Okay. 2 o'clock, 7 May?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Okay.
Central European time.
The agenda. Okay, thank you.
Sorry about that.
No problem, no problem, Patrick.
That's all? Okay.
Yes.
Well, good morning to everybody. Well, I don't have a presentation. I'm sorry, but I have the connection with my mobile phone, so it's more difficult, but I'm going to say just 3 points. So you have in the document that Christina sent to you before. So, well, the 3 most important points in communication for this semester. Well, first to say that this semester maybe will be different for the activities, I know, but we have to complete some issues in communication. So, well, first of all, we have to elaborate the e-newsletter, the 4 e-newsletter before the end of the semester. So for that, I need, as always, the information that you have to send to me about your activities. So you can do a report about your stakeholders in your region or about your meeting, because it's easier. But now, because you are at home, you can make, for example, an interview with a expert, for example, just some ideas. Well, you have to do the activity, and you have to send to me the information to lay out the newsletter. Well, I'm Mercedes. You know, you will send to me the conclusions about the meeting that we will have on 7th of May, and I will include in the newsletter. Okay.
Yes, for the conclusion for the next meeting, for the action plan.
Yes.
Okay.
Some conclusions.
Okay.
No?
Yes.
Okay. Well, and the deadline to send me the information of the newsletter is the 17th of May. Well, as I will lay out the newsletter, and I will forward it to you in the same day or the next day. So the 19th of May as last. And well, you have to translate it in your own languages, and you have to send to your stakeholders as always. The deadline to send the newsletter is the 31st of May, because it's the last day of the semester 4. And in the other hand, we need the information about for the progress report 4. One is the reporting media appearances that I will send you the template to fill in, and the semester dissemination report with the communication activities, as always. Just that's 3 points. That's the most important now in the communication actions. So that's all. So up to this part, you have a briefly turn to, if you want to do any comments. So in order, PP1, PP2 Ireland, you have something to comment or not? And we next.
Okay.
Patrick,
Carlos, 31st May is a Sunday, so maybe we can fix a deadline at the beginning of the week, or because otherwise, if there is something.
I know, no problem. Before two days on Friday or.
Okay.
Well, the idea is, this is the deadline. As soon as possible is better. But well,
that's right.
You know? So if Patrick,
what did you want me to comment on?
No, if you have something to say, if not, we next to Anthony or
yeah, just want to say, well, we obviously can't have our stakeholder meeting. We were planning to have one in April. That can't happen, obviously, because we're in quarantine or lockdown. So instead, we were having an online webinar with our stakeholders using Zoom. So we're going to get our Department of Transport and Tourism to do a presentation on just an update on our national greenway strategy. And it's just also an opportunity for all the stakeholders in our region to discuss where they're at and how projects have been delayed because of COVID-19. So we can take screenshots during the Zoom webinar, and we'll send it on to you for the newsletter, if that's okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
Okay. Anthony, something to say?
I plan to organize a stakeholder meeting on 19th of May. So if you want to receive information before 17th, I have to change date of my stakeholder meeting. For sure, it will be online using Zoom. Maybe it will be better use Zoom than Skype in our contact.
Okay. When you finish, when you realize your meet, you send to me the information. I will send.
Okay.
Okay, Januel.
Yeah, we had now one stakeholder meeting in March, I think. The end of the confinement is previous in the 11th of May. So the next meeting, the stakeholder meeting, is probably previous on June, not before. And we don't know yet if it will be possible to have meeting with stakeholders, because we don't know yet if it will be deconfined in June. It's a problem here.
Yes. all of us are organizing online meetings.
Yeah, maybe we will try to organize an online meeting, but I don't know yet if it's possible, because stakeholders are maybe not equipped.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anyway, so Judith, something to say, something to comment on?
Yeah. I think compared to the others, we were lucky because we organized our stakeholders meeting in February. So we did that. I don't think you know much about our action plans, but we don't have a greenway in the county, but we have one which is in a phase of so the route or the trail was planned and there's a map. So we invited all the municipalities along the trail of the future Greenway and the Hungarian Greenway Association and the guys who did the mapping. So we had that in February. So, but sorry, I don't remember if I sent you anything about that, but I will send you the pictures and the short note about it. So for the and we had another one in December because we didn't have one in the previous semester because November was not good for everybody. So in this semester actually we had two, but so we are not planning to organize online until May because it's very hectic now. We want to organize something before the meeting in Hungary, so in September maybe. We will see if it will be online or at that time we can maybe meet with the stakeholders, but we will see.
Okay.
Thank you.
Svetlana, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Something to comment?
Yes, we did our stakeholder meeting. It was part of our study visit with our Polish colleagues. For this semester, we did it. Now we are working on our action plan. It's a little bit difficult because we try to work online with our stakeholder, but I think that we'll do not have any problem about the next meeting. Maybe it will be during the summer or in September, but we are still didn't speaking about that.
Okay. So everybody have the problem of the meetings. And Mercedes, something to comment?
Good. We don't have exactly stakeholders meeting because we have a advisory partner, but I keep informed the executive committee. And if you maybe you need some, or maybe I can invite some members also for an online meeting to explain what are we doing in our way. Maybe it can be useful, but we don't organize specifically a stakeholders meeting, although I inform regularly to the members of the association at the executive committee. But another question is, I can also share the documents that I have prepared as advisory partner. This is a question also for Christina to know. This is if that will be okay if I share the documents I have prepared as advisory partner with the members of the association, so they can also make some comments, or they can even use it as examples of actions. They can use it for their own. Can be a good idea. What do you think, Christina? Is that allowed?
I think it's a good idea because well, the partner, the advisory partner is all the association. And these documents are meant to be not also good for us, but good for all those people and institutions who work with green waste. So
Okay.
the impact of our project could be bigger, and that's the idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
During this situation, and I even thought that maybe we can organize some exchange online with responsible or stakeholders of green waste in different countries to exchange about specific best practices or about your specific action plans. Maybe can be I will think about this.
Yes.
If you can be interested in have further experiences outside the project partners directly, that can be useful for your action plans.
I think it could be very useful. In fact, we have to organize the third thematic workshop.
Yes.
It's in promoting, but could be part of this this workshop. Could be one of the tools or parts of the workshop. The exchange with other projects or other Greenway activities.
Okay, I will think about the best way, and this can be also very useful because as far as I have read in your action plans draft, some of you don't make a direct link between the best practices, the process of the learning, and the proposal for action plans. And this is quite common, this question. And so for the action plans, please revise the presentation of the Interreg project that is on the Our Way common folder in Dropbox, because it must have a direct link between the process of learning and the application of these best practices in the action plan. In other words, as far as I know, that will be not suitable for the joint authority. So there is an internal process of learning, so you can influence the improvement of your policy, but the action plan must be directly linked with the best practices learning during the process. Not only your internal process with the meeting of the stakeholders, but what has been the best practices that have inspired your action plan. And this is very important. I don't know if this is clear, if I explain me correctly, but this is very, very important. You cannot base your action plan in your internal learning, in your meeting with your stakeholders. This is not the methodology of the Interreg. This is very important and you can use it, but this is not the methodology of the Interreg project, and you have thinking this.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, Mercedes. And I think in the next steering committee, the meeting that we are planning to do maybe in the 7th of May, we could speak about the action plans more. Yes. And we encourage all partners to watch the workshop on action plans. You may already watch it, but you can review it, and it's very useful to do it before our next meeting. Okay. So
I try to share the agenda for the next meeting with all of you now. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Mercedes.
Yes.
Well, now I like to share with you some comments about financial issues. I will share my screen. Could you see my screen, the presentation?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So, okay. All the information about the third joint progress report, you will find it in the Dropbox, so you could see in detail all that financial situation. But you can see in the screen that this semester we have reported more than 100,000 euros, and this semester we had overspending, but just the 2%, and so it's okay. The total reported so far, more than 300,000. It's a bit less than we have planned for this period, about 25% of underspending. But it is true that in the third semester, the level of spending is increasing in comparison with previous semester. So we have to, well, I have to say that up to now we don't have had big problems with this issue, with financial issues. Just the underspending situation that we wanted to solve during the fourth semester. As you may remember, we wanted to spend more money in organizing our study visits. So we thought that in fourth semester, with this increase of cost, we could catch up the budget plan. But okay, the situation has changed, and I don't think that we could catch up with the budget plan as we thought at the beginning. Okay, as you know, the third joint progress report was already validated. It was last week. So payments will be done in the next 4 weeks to the lead partner. So we could, I hope we could pay to the partners in the next 2 weeks. Okay, as you remember, we had realized that there were some expenses that could be relevant that we had not foreseen related with study visits. Some cost may be burdened by the host partner, such as the interpreter for visiting groups, local transportation for the group, working lunch, some costs that we have not planned at the beginning in our project. Well, we asked the secretariat, and as you know, we could do it this kind of cost, even it was not planned before. It could consider as eligible cost within the subheading external expertise and services. So if you have this kind of cost, you could report in the next progress report as unplanned cost within external expertise and services. So I sent you an email, I think like two months ago, explaining this situation. So I think maybe only Wraca has this type of course this semester. Could be maybe Poland, because both of you has already organized the study visits, even when in the study visit to Poland at the end couldn't be. Okay. And other thing that I want to say is that due to the current situation, others costs that were not planned could be necessary. So we must to anticipate as soon as possible this kind of cost to make the necessary modification and consult with Secretariat if necessary. Could happen that the organization of some of the activities planned have to be done, for example, online. The stakeholder meeting, for example, or thematic workshop. So instead of renting a bus or organizing the venue, we may need to contract the services of an expert or a company who could help us organizing the online meeting, for example. So it's a kind of cost not planned before, but we could do it. It could be an eligible cost. So bear in mind that we could do it if we have to change our plans, also the type of cost. But this is a type of cost that I don't have a doubt about that we could do it. But it is very important that all of you think about what new activities we should organize and new type of cost. So we could organize in advance the new budget and ask the Secretariat if we have some question to do it. Okay, just remind the flexibility rules. Budget line and partners budget at project level can be exceed up to the 20% of the original amount without formal approval by joint secretariat. That means that each partner cannot increase its own budget more than 20% of its total budget, and each budget line of the project cannot increase more than the 20% of the total approved for this budget line. I sent you, I think, a link to also a workshop, an explanation of this 20% rule. So if you want to learn more about this, or if you have doubt, you can go back to that link, and it's very useful. So I don't know if you have any comments just related with financial issues, so we can make it.
Patrick here in Ireland. I just have a quick question. I mentioned for our stakeholder meeting, we're going to use Zoom online for a webinar, and there's a cost for that. Are we able to use some of the ROA budget for that?
Yes. 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 Well, I will ask the Secretariat, but I'm sure that it will be possible. Of course, in this situation, it's impossible to organize a face-to-face meeting. So why not? It's I think it's necessary to do some cost related with the organization of online meetings. So some of us could need the support of an expert or on organizing this this kind of meeting. So I want you to keep in mind this, because we probably have to organize more than one online meeting, especially maybe the stakeholders online meeting are not very complicated, but if we think about organizing the thematic workshop, for example, it may need some cost.
The second question is Zoom obviously is like a bit like Skype. It's like software. I know in the original budget there was no budget for IT equipment or computers, but can any of the Arway budget be used to purchase IT equipment like a tablet or computer for facilitating the meeting?
Well, I really don't know. I have to ask the secretariat.
Okay, thank you. Do you want me to send a request in an email?
Yes,
to you,
please send me the question by email.
Yeah.
So I could ask the secretariat specifically the type of cost. I really don't know if we could buy IT equipments.
I know IT equipment is not usually allowed on Intrade Europe, but just thought I would ask because we're all working from home now in Ireland, so we've having to spend a lot more money on investing in laptops and stuff for everyone.
Okay, I will ask.
Thank you.
Okay, Anthony, some comments? Any questions?
No, I don't have a question. I don't have questions. Thank you.
Okay, Jean-Noël? Judith? Sorry, we can hear you.
No, I cannot.
No? Can you
No.
hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
No, for the moment, I don't have any comments. I think I will have questions because we plan to organize the next steering group towards the end of the summer, and depending on the situation, if it stays the same, then we will organize it online, and maybe then we will have costs. But then I will ask or contact you, and then we can discuss it.
Okay. And Svetlana Tsavo? Svetlana?
For now, we do not have questions. If we have, we'll ask. Thank you.
Okay. I have a question for you. For those who had to cancel meetings, such as France and Poland, do you have some cost related with that activities that were cancelled?
We have agreement with a company which will organize study visit for our partners from Bulgaria, but I think we will postpone the meeting and we will pay when the meeting will done. I think probably it will be September. It's no problem for the moment.
Perfect. And Jean-Noël, did you have any cost related with the organization of the meeting?
I don't think we have a cost now, but maybe it will be a problem that we know because I have two questions too. For the action plans, it's difficult to us to make the action plan before the study visits, the first one.
Yeah, I know.
And the second question or remark is to improve the policy instruments. For us, it was the OP URDF. It will be difficult to in that situation of COVID. So to answer for your question, we don't have now payment or cost previous, but I don't know yet very, very precisely.
Okay, thank you.
Do you hear me? Yeah.
So now I give the floor to Juan Antonio, and we could start like the debate about the big issues, especially study visits and thematic workshop. So, Juan Antonio?
Hello again. So this is a roundtable again. So I give floor to every one of them in the same order than before. So the first question is, as you know, this workshop, it was supposed to be organized in Montpellier the 21st of March, and it's, as you know, it's cancelled. So maybe it's a question straight to Jean-Noël. So if it would be possible to confirm that in 7th of May, maybe in May, could be able to organize online?
On May,
Yes.
on May I cannot. On May it's not possible because I said, as I said, and the end of the confinement is previous.
Sorry. No. Sorry, I make a mistake. Talking about the coordination plan issue in May. So
Okay.
sorry, because I was thinking that about the date. If it's rescheduled, which will be your best option?
The best option for me, I think, maybe in June, but we don't know yet. But more safely in September.
In September, okay.
It will be better in September, October. It will be better.
And okay. So any problem about the date of confirmation about the 7th of May is being solved. The only question it was raised by Patrick. So anyway, if from now on, if you have any, because of it's a changing situation, and if you have any problem, please report as soon as possible in order to change the meeting, in order the meeting concerning the action plan issue. This is something that I really want to remark. Okay, so the partner external meeting has been developed yet, so I think there is no problem. Have you got anything to remark about the internal meeting, about your partner? Any question about managing? So if not,
I have a question for my partners from Bulgaria and Mercedes regarding study visit in Poland. What do you think about the date of the study visit? Do you think about May or postpone the study visit for the next month?
You say even for study visit, Anthony?
Yeah.
In May, in May I think is too much early. But what you have to think, and really I would like to go, but if not possible, it depends also of the countries. You know, maybe for Bulgaria and you is easier. Coming from Spain is more difficult. So not before the summer for me.
I know we can postpone the study visit for example, August or September, but it will be very good for us, you and partners from Bulgaria together.
Anthony, just to tell you that our emergency situation is till the 13th of May. So for the May, it's impossible to travel because we do not know what will happen after the 13th of May. Maybe the situation will continue. We really don't know. So September is the realistic.
Yes, I think it will be safer September than May. So
yes.
we have to postpone agreement with our partner, which will organize the study visit in Poland till September. But we'll discuss about the date in September, okay?
Okay. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, September. Right, hopefully. Okay. Because of talking about the study visits, because of our current situation, the COVID-19, we don't know that. I think that the regional Murcia, the study visit, it's not before September, and even so, maybe October. Hopefully, everything will be again as usual. So, all of you that you are interested of region of Murcia as a hosting. We think that it must be delayed for the fifth semester. So, any question about that?
I will ask you about the details of your consortium, but the most important thing is bring the stakeholders who are interested in to the Murcia. I think it will be enough to come to you in October.
In October, okay.
Sorry, Juan Antonio. If you stop sharing the screen now, the picture and sound might be clear because we're watching a video of.
Okay.
No.
If I share the document, you mean?
Well, no, it doesn't really matter. But if you don't need to share the screen, stop sharing, and then the video will be clear and the sound. Like we're watching a video of your screen at the minute.
Okay, let me see if I don't have any problem.
It doesn't really matter. It's just a comment.
Okay, let me see if I can share find it. Recommendation.
If you just click stop sharing screen, it'll go back to all our screens.
Okay. Let me see if I'm looking for the agenda recommendation. Let me see, just a moment.
Okay. In the meanwhile, I'd like to comment related with the workshop, the thematic workshop, that we could delay it until September. We should try to organize it before June or July, because the thematic workshop should be organized before study visits and before our action plans will end or will be designed, because if not, the thematic or the lesson learned in the thematic workshop will not have the impact on our action plan. So I think we should make the effort and organize the thematic workshop before, because if not, all the activities, the study visit, thematic workshop, and action plans, all together in September, and you have to bear in mind that in September we have to have our action plan almost finished. So if we could do that effort, and if we have to organize please think about it, Jean-Noël.
Yeah.
And I know that it's challenging organizing an online thematic workshop, but we could support you and for in the organization. Also, Mercedes, we could use different tools like video conference or maybe videos that we could watch whenever we want, or I don't know. I think we should talk about this and try not to delay so much the organization of the thematic workshop.
Okay, understood. Well, I will think about that, and I will try to organize that, maybe in face-to-face in July, maybe, but we don't know yet if it will be possible.
Yes, I know.
Or almost in online, an online meeting.
Yes, even if we, I think we should work with different scenarios. So we have to bear in mind that we may organize face-to-face meeting, we may not, and maybe we can organize, or some of you could travel and go, for example, the meeting in Hungary. You may could travel at that time, but in Spain we may not. So for our colleagues from Hungary, I think you should bear in mind that you may have to organize the two possibilities, the meeting face-to-face, but also put the technical tools for those who couldn't travel at that time. I don't know if I explain what I want to say.
Yes.
Yes, I understand it. I think it shouldn't be a problem. At the end of February, we had another project meeting where there were Italian partners. The meeting was on the 25th of February, and it's just like in the time of the lockdown in Italy, so they couldn't come. And what we did, the rest of the partnership could come. So what we did, they joined via GoToMeeting, but we can organize like Skype or whatever will be convenient for you. In worst case scenario.
Okay.
So I think it's possible like that, but I hope you could come. But we will see.
Okay. I think I'm sharing the Christina.
No, yes, I think it's me, the one who is sharing the the screen. Sorry.
No, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Sorry about that one, Antonio.
Okay.
It was me.
It's good
me.
because
Sorry.
we are working on. We are learning.
Yes.
And this now, yeah. Everybody's watching that.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah. Watching what?
Document. The document that no,
not now.
No, not now.
No.
Let me see.
In Ireland, I think for us.
Yes, I have two things, and now, and it's ready. Now I have to share. No,
not yet.
No.
Not yet.
No.
I don't know what's happening. Pantalla. Okay.
That's okay.
Yes, we can see it there. Yeah.
Now, okay.
Yeah.
You can see the.
Yeah. No, it's okay.
Okay. Well, we were on a study visit. Okay. So we were talking about our situation, and as Christina said, some of you can join on face-to-face, and some of us maybe, hopefully everybody can join in person. So the other thing is the action